of that, and he's also advisor to Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce in UK, and he's also vice president or past vice president of World Punjabi Organization, and he's deputy chairman of India Development Trust, a UK-based registered charity. Now, Chanchal Chaudhary, being a businessman, he will obviously talk about what will happen now that Donald Trump has become the president, or he will be sworn in January, and he will be full-fledged president, and also he will talk on other issues. And the other guest I have, I'm pleased to tell you that we got Krishan Raleji. Krishan Raleji is the editor of India Link International, which is a very popular monthly magazine. And let me welcome them. Mr. Chaudhary, welcome to our studios.
Thank you. It's great pleasure to be on your program, Sathi.
Thank you for sparing the time. And Mr. Raleigh, Krishan Raleji, Swagat Khair Maktam.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, both of you. You spared the time. Now, Mr. Chaudhary, you
And I think 9th of November 2016 is just reverse all that. And that's, I feel very strongly about it. And I think if you look at Kennedy, when Kennedy in 1961, when he became president, and he said openly to the world, look, to my friends who want America to succeed, or even if they don't want America to succeed, we will put all our resources and all manpower, money and resources to protect, the democracy. And I see just a reversal of that with President Trump.
Well, to compare somebody, with Hitler, which is a totally different ball game, and I was surprised that you said that. Oh, okay. Did you say that because he's...
No,
in the beginning he said that I will not allow the Muslims in.
If you look at the hysteria which he has generated, the hysteria is a very similar to what when Hitler came into power. Yeah, it's anti-Jewish, and it's anti-immigrant, and it's anti-Islam, Islam or Muslim. Okay. Building the wall, no immigrants. See, there is a similarity. I'm not saying that, I hope not that his policy are now nowhere near going to be of Hitler. But there is a similarity if you look at the chart. So there is a similarity of hysteria he's created.
Yeah.
It's disgruntled people. You see what has happened, I think the background of this is financial crisis of 2008, and it has affected, the lower strata of the working class people. And it is true, since 2008, the wages haven't either frozen or gone down. People's standard of living has gone down. They haven't been, all with austerity measure in UK as well.
No, we are talking about America.
No, it's the same thing. The same analogy applies there. People are, but the industries have closed down. We need to reskill these people. You just can't blame on China or anybody else or Mexico.
Right. We stick to, first of all,
Sure.
About Donald Trump. You're saying there was a hysteria. Yes, I agree with you. And he said things which they were very offensive. I must admit, they were very offensive. So, I mean, saying that I will not let any Muslim in the country is going too far, actually. If you say, I will not let the Muslims who have got extremist views, I will not let them in, then perhaps it was acceptable. But when you say, I will not let them in. But having said that, don't you think, Mr. Riley, that these politicians, when they want to win the elections, they say things which they do not actually mean?
Well, there are two things. First of all, when you are having an election, especially a presidential election, which is very important. In this case, one very important which we must know is that it was an anti incumbency against Democratic Party. For 8 years, the Democratic Party was in power. And after that, the Republican, if they had anybody else, they would have that more or less same success. So if
You think so?
If it were not Donald, anybody else in the Republican Party, if Mr. Ryan, others,
But if you-
had been there,
yeah, but if
he
you-
would have also won.
But if you see the pattern of voting, which I was just checking today, then you will see that it is working class white men
Yeah,
of poor background, they voted for Trump.
they all, most of them voted for Donald. Why? There are reasons behind it. And the first of reason was that for 8 years we had a person as president who was from a minority. He was not a majority candidate, not a majority in that sense. He was 15% people in America, 15 to 20% are Afro-American. And he was representing them. And you would see that how Donald did. He kept on saying that Hillary Clinton is a Secretary of State. She wasn't.
Well, it is a terminology.
She was 4 years ago.
No. In America, if you become a president, as you are called president for life,
Yeah.
similarly, if you become Secretary of State, you remain as Secretary Clinton.
But to emphasize that, why he was emphasizing
He had to-
again and
But
again.
can I just say
Yeah.
what Christian Raleigh has said? I think in this digital age, you see, analog was different, which analog I refer
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
the newspaper and the magazine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever you write in a digital, you write very little, and you don't have to, it stays there. You don't have to explain. Look, Hillary Clinton is crooked. Saying on the screen is one thing, but if you have that on your website, do you think we should put her in behind bar? It deserves to be. So it stays there. They got 1.6 million people visiting every day that website.
Yeah.
So the digital, you see what you're looking at, the digital, advertising or digital media has, digital media knew
Yeah.
he's the one who is going to win. But they do not have the same, you and I don't visit digital.
Right. Okay. Well, obviously, a lot of people, quite a few people, I didn't agree what he was saying, but that's keep that aside. But once he has been elected, what he said was last night, as soon as he was declared as the winner candidate, he said that now it is time for America to bind the wounds of division, to get together, to all Republicans and Democrats and independent across the nation. I say it is time for us to come together as one united people. It is time I pledge to every citizen of our land that I will be president for all Americans, and this is so important to me. For those who have chosen not to support me in the past, of which there are quite a few people, I am reaching out to you for your guidance and your help so that we can work together and unify our great country. Now, if you read those lines there, as if somebody else has written this, as if somebody other than Trump has
Well,
written.
it's natural. It
Yes.
is natural. Once you are successful,
Yeah.
then this reconciliation with the country
Yeah.
is the responsibility of the president.
Yeah.
It becomes his responsibility. But what will actually happen, what will be the policies of the government under him is a different thing.
Well, I think you can take comfort from there that I think he's taking the advice of his advisors.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
that
you know.
is a comfortable, that's a comfort I can take from there, that he wants to reconcile and move on.
Yeah, according to the figures,
And I hope that, the first thing he doesn't do, that try an investigation of Hillary Clinton to make sure what he has promised
Well,
over
I
the...
don't think he will do that.
That you
as a
never
matter
know.
of fact, he will be so busy. That's what my view is. Maybe you will agree.
Yeah, after
He
Jan-
will be so busy. He will not have the time for all these
But
things.
Satsab, I don't agree here because he has promised on each and every rally, he has promised to his supporter that I will put her behind the bar. Although he doesn't have a judicial power, but he can set up an
Set up an
investigation.
investigation team, yes.
Yeah. But if he doesn't do that, he's going to have a repercussion on that.
Right.
Yeah, but the problem is in America, presidential system does not bow before the Congress. In Britain, because there is a prime ministerial government,
oh yes. It
they
is
are
different
always
system.
answerable to the parliament.
Absolutely.
Okay, and in America,
They can even cut the heads
he
off the
can
kings.
he can do so
In
many
this
things.
country.
Sure.
Yeah, he can do so many things
Yeah.
without bothering about the Congress.
Yeah, he has a huge power actually, the American president.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, with the stroke of the pen, he can actually undo whatever Obama has done so
exactly.
far.
No, but only the issues which are not legislative, where Obama has used his executive power, he can only undo those.
That's
but
right.
what the Congress has approved, which is a legislation, he cannot touch
Right.
those.
But now the thing is, which goes in his favor, he got majority in the Congress, he got majority in the Senate.
Senate, yeah,
but
sure.
he still needs 70 more votes.
Yeah.
I don't know who those people are who cast those 70 votes. So it will not be that easy. But you are absolutely right that wherever Obama has used the executive power, he can
Yes.
simply undo that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
For example, Obamacare.
Yes.
Obamacare is definitely going to affect.
You see, you have to, Sathi Saab, you have to look at it that, traditionally Republicans have never been happy with the Democratic president.
Well,
And you see, then they never let Obama rule. And I just give you an example. Very first thing which Donald Trump is saying, I will invest in infrastructure. Now, this very thing was the something which Obama said, I want to do it. And the latest statistics are, if he was allowed to do it, he would have created 20 million jobs. Right? And I hope, for the sake of good of America and the world at large, that he actually invests money in infrastructure, which is airports, schools, roads, bridges.
it's a long way to go.
Yeah, yeah.
But talking about, for example, some few things he said which are so extraordinary and unbelievable is that to have a wall between America and Mexico,
Yeah.
which according to his own estimate, it is 20 billion pound. And he is saying we will get the money from Mexico. Obviously, Mexico is not going to pay the money. And according to Hillary Clinton and other economists, they are saying it is not going to 20 billion, it's going to cost 30 billion.
No, it's
More than
something,
that.
the figure I have seen is something like 80 billion.
Well,
You see,
Well, that
it's
is,
a- it's
something which he must have said, but it's not going to happen in
I tell you
the
what's
first 4
going to
years.
happen, I think. When it comes to that, and people started reminding him
Yeah.
that where is the wall, he will go to the president of Mexico, they'll sit together and say, okay, let's scrutinize more.
Yeah.
Don't let these illegal people
That's
come
right,
into
yeah.
my country.
Yeah.
Because it is not a small thing really. When you started your conversation with Berlin Wall, which is a great turnaround of history.
Sure.
That wall was demolished. I've been to Germany in 1973. I saw that wall. I knew from my own experience that they took me 3 hours before they let me into East Germany, and it
Yeah,
was totally
yeah.
divided. When I went this time, only a few months ago, and I couldn't recognize from east to west
Sure, no, you
because
can't.
the Western Germany spent so much money on east,
Yes, it has.
they are now equal. So when the world is becoming equal, when the world is demolishing the walls, and Donald Trump is talking about erecting more walls.
No, it's,
I think that was never going to happen. I can tell you. There is no question of any war or anything.
Right.
But there will be more limitations on immigration. That is what he will. But more, which I fear, is the tariffs. You see, he has been saying about it, that there will not be free trade. And that is the thing which in Western countries many people are afraid of.
Right.
that will be detrimental both to America and other countries. I
Yeah.
think that will shrink the economy. When you start putting these barriers, I think we will be, he will be
Well,
getting-
barriers, all the countries have got the border control. So we give that to America. But what America needs, in my view, is that they should look into it more.
Yeah.
For example, what he was saying was the people whose families are in India or Pakistan or wherever they are in the queue. It normally takes 13 years, because I've seen it myself.
Okay.
It takes 13 years to get the green card for your relatives if you are living there. What he was saying was that if we are going to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, that means those people who are still waiting, they should get the priority, not these people. So some people did agree over there. That's
Yeah.
why he got the votes.
No, no,
But
there's no denying, this has been a democratic process, but, what he has successfully been able to do is to generate that hysteria and that, a bond of, he provided a platform to all these disgruntled people that, okay, you come there and we'll talk about it. Injustice has been done to you. Government is not
He
taking
stirred
care of
it up, really.
Yeah. That's what he has done. He provided the platform to the group of people and it kept on expanding and expanding.
But immigration is very emotive issue.
Yeah.
You have seen it with
Yes.
the Brexit, with EU referendum.
right, yeah.
What do you think of that? Don't you
see,
think that played the part
because
into it?
in Britain,
Yeah.
immigration was the sole cause of the success of Brexit.
And the digital marketing again, 320 million per week, you see. Now people were asking, okay, how do you justify? They knew these figures are wrong.
Yeah.
But once you, look, there was a website here in UK. How many do you know how many foreign criminals are here?
Must be a lot.
And then they will show a video, and then the end they
But
will
those
say, it's
figures,
time to get...
those figures, yes, I agree with you. Those figures were, nobody could prove whether it's 350 million or whatever. But what we shouldn't be talking about Brexit. Actually, we are talking about American.
But you could see the
president.
similarity.
But there's a similarity there. I agree with you. I'm talking about immigration. Immigration in this country in EU referendum, it did play major part in the discussion,
that's right.
in the outcome of it.
Yeah.
And same thing partly happened there as well.
But you see, unfortunately, America is a country of immigrants.
Correct.
America is only 200 years old. And in those 200 years, first Europeans used to go. Now people from Far East have started going. And these are people who are going from Far East, like Vietnam and Philippines.
Yeah.
They have been going for all the time.
Yeah, that's Kishan, the reason not many Europeans are going there because
Yeah.
the standard of living here
Yes,
has
Well, there is-
significantly improved.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
the dawn of the day, when
Quite a few Americans are living here.
yeah.
Well,
you
same
know,
thing in
if you-
Japan.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
there was a time when Japanese used to go there. Now nobody goes from Japan to America.
We are discussing Donald Trump, who has become the president of the United States of America. He got 279 votes against 228 of Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump, 228, isn't it?
218.
No, 228.
Okay.
It's 228.
Yeah.
Final figure is 228 and 279. However,
279.
and Donald Trump is 70-year-old multi-billionaire businessman, and he actually played on people's emotions. That's what some people said, but he has succeeded in that. And he got, according to the figures today, he got 75 lawsuits against him as a businessman of various issues. It is the first time in history that a president is going into the White House with 75 lawsuits. His company will be fighting against whoever put the lawsuits against them. And also, he is not a politician. He is a businessman, and in 2005 he became television personality, and now he will be going to the White House. So it's quite a unique position he has. I think the American people actually, they saw Barack Obama, what he has done in 8 years, right or wrong, but they knew what he was going to do. Then when Hillary Clinton came, she was actually saying that she will promote what Obama has done. She will carry it through.
Yeah.
So people thought it's the same policy, we are not getting anything new.
Exactly.
While Trump was offering alternative, am I right?
That's correct. You see, this is all to do with the economics. You see, the people who was appealing to are, the people who lost out of the globalization and also after the 2008 financial crisis. And he appealed to those people and he said, well, I will regenerate this area. I will bring the jobs back. You know, all these are tall order, Sathi Saab. You cannot bring the jobs back. You cannot revive that coal industry, you know, and the steel industry because that market is not there. Okay, so you have to, only thing you have to do, you know, you have to retrain all those people,
You know,
and to do something else.
It's
No,
not
what
easy.
he said was he was against China in the sense that China goods. If you go to America, you see lot of Chinese goods over there. Indian also, but
Sure.
Chinese more.
Yeah.
Now what he said was he is going to put duty on the
45%.
goods coming in.
45%.
Well, 15% I read.
40 up to 45%.
Yeah.
Well, 45 is a bit too much, but then will be reaction, isn't it? From if you put
Well,
that much.
that's what
Whatever it is, the Chinese have taken into their stride. They are saying that when we come to that stage, we will negotiate that.
Yeah.
So what he was insisting on was that we got to renegotiate all the trade deals with all the countries. Now the question I'm going to ask you is about the trade deals. You know, Britain is always saying that we got special relationship. We know why they are saying this because on 4th of January 1776, America declared Declaration of Independence.
1776.
You know, that became independent. And Britain, if you read the history, they didn't really resist. They knew that they're our own people anyway.
Yeah.
So they got a special relationship since then. Do you think this special relationship, I always say this special relationship, because if you see today, Donald Trump, first of all, he telephoned the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu. And Theresa May came on 9th number. So I don't know what kind of special relationship is there. But do you think that special relations will continue?
Well, it will. Because at the end of the day, America needs Europe. America also needs allies like Britain. And you know, he has already invited our Prime Minister there. Although he has not taken till 20th of January. He will be taking only in 20th of January, he will be the real president. But already he has started working on that, where he will be going, where he will be inviting the people. And so he has already said to
I've got to stop you
May.
there. We
You know,
got to
I
have,
think-
we got to have the break. I'm sorry. And those two, we are discussing Donald Trump, who has become the president of the United States of America. We got two gentlemen here, very much familiar with the politics of the United States of America and United Kingdom, Mr. Chanchal Chaudhary and Mr. Krishan Raleigh. Small break, and we will.
Why miss your family and friends? Call India landline and mobile numbers for just 1 pence per minute with our saver rates. To activate, text SAVE to 2525. Also get unlimited calls and texts from Leica Mobile to Leica Mobile with every top-up. Terms and conditions apply. For your free Leica Mobile SIM, visit leicamobile.co.uk today. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaste. I love India.
So, travel a lot?
No, just on business.
You love India without experiencing it.
But I have experienced it right here on Air India. I always fly Air India.
Me too.
Now fly anywhere to anywhere. Earn and redeem miles via 27 Star Alliance partners. Air India. Proud to be Indian. Proud to be global.
हिस्टन हाइड वेस्ट लंदन के सबसे शानदार होटल्स में से एक with 303 air conditioned rooms and suites, one of the largest banquet spaces in London, meeting room for up to 1200 people, conferences, musical function, weddings या कोई भी गैदरिंग, मनपसंद भोजन, शानदार आयोजन और बेहतरीन वेन्यू, 400 गाड़ियों की पार्किंग के साथ Histon Hyde. For bookings, call 0208 572 1818.
Pure Heaven. Non-alcoholic celebration drinks. All the fun without the alcohol. Pure Heaven. Make every moment a sparkling moment.
Now available at selected Tesco stores and Amazon.
मांगू दुआ रब से मांगू दुआ मांगू दुआ रब से मांगू दुआ
छोरी करती जंप छोरे ने दे दिया पंप रे फुलन दे भी फूल की देखो हवा में उड़ते हंप छोरी करती जंप छोरे ने दे दिया पंप रे फुलन दे भी फूल की देखो हवा में उड़ते हंप
Those welcome back. We are talking about American elections, presidential elections, and as I said before, Donald Trump has become the president of United States of America. He will be sworn in on 20th of January. I got two gentlemen here who are quite familiar with politics in the United States of America and here in the United Kingdom, and also about India. We will talk about India also later on. And we have actually put this question, Chaudhary Sahab, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਐਂਡ ਯੂਨਾਈਟਿਡ ਕਿੰਗਡਮ ਇਹ ਕਿਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਵਾਟ ਡੂ ਥਿੰਕ
ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਸਾਥੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਯੂਰਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਂ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫਟਰ ਬ੍ਰੈਕਸਿਟ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਰੱਖਣ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟਸ ਯੈਟ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਸੀਨ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਵਾਸ ਅ ਗੇਟਵੇ ਟੂ ਯੂਰਪ ਫਾਰ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝਾਣੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਬਈ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵਾਟ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂਰਪ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਰਾਕ ਦੇ ਇਨਵੇਜਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤਾਂ we did all the peddling Libya ਦਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ we did all the peddling leg work ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ
we followed the United States of America
that's right
in the situation of Iraq
that's right
which was a disaster
it was a disaster and we actually convinced our European partners into the project they were not interested they were not interested in being dragged into Iraq
or also in Afghanistan.
Of course.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah. So the whole, all the,
even many Americans, they were against this decision.
Yes.
For example, let me give one example. America is in debt to the tune of nearly 20 trillion.
It has cost a lot of money. It has, it cost us money. It has cost money everybody, and we destroyed the infrastructure which they had.
Now let me give you one example. Yeah. Before America and the rest of us, we went there. America was 200 billion pound in black
surplus, which thanks to Clinton.
Thanks to Clinton. By the time he finished his presidency. His presidency, Bush. And America was $1 trillion in debt, and now we know the situation. So the Americans are really fed up of all these foreign wars. When we talk about the foreign wars, do you think this Donald Trump will be more careful not to send the troops to these countries?
I think Obama has set up the example. He's taken the boot away from there. He said, look, no. Obama has, mitigated the loss which Bush, our Republicans, started.
Yeah, but we have created there. It is a deep well. You can carry on putting in there. It will not fill up.
No, but you see, to great extent now, you see, America has pulled out of Afghanistan. It's a very small presence of British and Americans, right?
Yeah.
And
So do you think Donald Trump will create more problems, or do you think he will?
They are going to be created, not only whether he wants or not. He will be compelled by Pentagon. Pentagon is very powerful in America, and Pentagon wants that America to be the first in the world, the superpower, the only superpower, has to include not only in Middle East. It is already there in the Middle East, in Syria, in Iraq, in what is happening here. It also can happen in
Because
East Europe, in Ukraine. It can happen there also.
No, he clearly was saying during the campaign that I am not going to fight foreign wars. He said that.
He said that.
And he got to stick to that really, because people, why Clinton lost is one of the reasons was that the promises were not fulfilled.
No, that is what I'm saying. That sometimes he would be helpless. He'll be completely helpless, and he will have to go in Europe, East Europe. He will have to also go in Middle East, continue in Middle East, in Syria, for example. That is going to be worse in coming months. It's going to be worse.
When we talk about Russia's relations with America, Hillary Clinton's stance was, very non-negotiable sort of situation.
Yeah.
She wanted to teach the lesson to Putin, and she was blaming all the time to Donald Trump, and you are his friend and all that. He says, I never met him,
No, that
but
is
he did say in one of the debates that if we become friends with USSR, what is the harm in it?
well, Sathi Sahab, I personally think, I think that you may not like this answer, but I think honestly, what happened to Crimea, it's time for us to recognize that. If Donald Trump can do that, I'm happy. I think it's a situation which I think needs to be resolved. There's no point having sanction against Russia just for that he's got the Crimea. There's a history behind it. It was a part of Russia. It was given as a gift by Khrushchev to Ukraine, and they taken it back. And I think that kind of statement will, if we just say yes, yes to Crimea, okay, we recognize Crimea, that you got it.
But don't you think Russia, if we become friend, because if America becomes friend of Russia, and I'm sure our country will follow and the rest of the Europe will follow as well, don't you think it will be a peaceful future?
It will be good for the future, no doubt. And that is why America will be with Russia, is the fear of China. China and North Korea, because North Korea is a rogue state.
Yes.
North Korea has got missiles, North Korea has bombs, and it can cause problem. China will be with North Korea at the end of the day, and China, North Korea, and Pakistan.
I don't think China is a responsible country. I don't think they will join hand with North Korea. I don't think so.
They are at the moment.
No. But
at the moment they are.
They don't approve of what he's doing. They haven't given. They have a relationship with them, but they don't approve of all this. All the tests they're doing.
What do you think when Donald Trump says that because we know they got forces in every country, including this one, and they are also protecting Saudi Arabia and other Oman and all these small countries in Middle East. He is saying that they are not paying us, and they should be paying us, otherwise we are withdrawing our defense forces. Do you think he will be able to do that?
That will be disaster for Europe. We won't be, if he...
For Europe?
If America, takes the umbrella, security umbrella from us and from East, that will be disaster.
No, let's talk about Europe. What will happen? Somebody will invade us?
Well, of course, you have no relationship with Russia.
Russia we have already discussed.
No, but you're assuming this and that. You see, now you're saying one thing. If you don't pay, he's saying, look, I will withdraw this umbrella from everywhere if you don't pay us.
Yes.
That means Japan, that means Philippines,
but
and
mostly Middle Eastern countries.
Middle East country, And of course Europe.
Yeah.
You know, the NATO North Atlantic
No, we
Treaty.
are talking about threat to Europe. I wanted to, I want to
Of
know
course,
clearly.
if say for example, now they are friendly with America, okay? Russia has no fear that Russia and America will come to the aid of Poland. What is stopping him to?
Okay, let's talk about Middle East.
Yeah.
I think that
these rich oil-rich countries, like
because Saudi Arabia and Iraq, they have got maximum of oil, and Saudi Arabia can be defended only with the help of America. Otherwise, people in Saudi Arabia, all the neighborhood, they don't like the present regime in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is not going to be a democratic country for many years to come.
But one thing is for sure, if there's no defense umbrella for those countries, those royal family countries, they will be in deep trouble.
Yeah, but the whole point is already Saudi Arabia is giving lot of money to America, although it is all secret. In openly, Saudi Arabia cannot give money to America.
No, Saudi Arabia is not giving money to America. They are buying properties in America. Because in 2001, with this Twin Tower incident, at that time there was a film, a parallel film they made, documentary, and they said 10% New York is owned by Saudi Arabians. And I don't know what percentage is London owned.
Qatar has got so much.
That is not, they are not paying the cost of the defense.
Yeah.
They are not paying the cost of the defense. But Trump is saying that we want the money for the protection.
Yes, but you see, who is going to attack Qatar and Dubai and Saudi Arabia?
No, you know who?
Their own people.
ISIS and Al Qaeda or these terrorist groups. They are after these countries.
You see, you may call them terrorist groups.
But I think
No, I'm not saying
see
terrorist.
all these.
But people,
I'm not saying that's what the press is saying. It's a terrorist groups.
Yeah, but Sathi Sahib,
I don't know
think,
what you will call
you
them.
see, their threat is internal threat. You see, the Wahhabis in Saudi Arabia are the threat to the kingdom. And what they have to do is has to place reform there, give them some power, give them some freedom. Everything is at the moment rest with the royal family.
Right.
Unless these people, they have the same access to the same amenities, same facilities. These Wahhabis are not going to accept lying down. And this is what you see. 9/11.
It happened in Egypt also. You know that. In Egypt, the democracy came, and those democratic country, how many months it stayed?
As a matter of fact, I will say that at the moment, whole of Middle East is destabilized.
Yeah.
And if Trump can do anything, he will be remembered as a good president, like Jefferson.
That's right.
When Jefferson became president of America in 1800, at that time he was perceived as a divided candidate.
Yeah.
And same thing as Trump. And there were scare stories and everything. He proved to be one of the most successful presidents of United States of America. Okay, let's move on because we are short of time, unfortunately.
Let me say one thing.
Yeah,
there is one thing about this man, Donald, is that he did not hold any office. A public office, neither he was a senator, nor he was a congressman. He was not in politics. So in that is a fresh air.
He created a history in his
fresh
own
air
right.
has come in American politics.
Had Hillary Clinton become, she would have created the history
She
of
would
the
have been
first
part of
movement.
the same thing.
But he created the history as the
Now
first.
we want a better world and better America rather than
whoever
creating.
comes. Yes. Okay, talking about NATO, because that's very important to discuss. He also said that we are going to get out of NATO because the other NATO countries, they are not pulling their weight. They are not paying enough. It's same with United Nations. United Nations organization, most of the poor countries, their chanda, chanda is, or their subscription is paid by America. And he is saying, why should we carry on paying?
Keep on paying. That's it.
The other
Do
countries
you think
pay.
NATO will survive?
But NATO cannot survive. If there is no America, NATO cannot survive.
Exactly.
It's simple as that. It's got, but isn't it not ironic? We are looking at the institution which were set up by Americans themselves.
Yeah.
for the good of the
That
global
was-
Yeah,
world.
yeah, I agree with
You see, you mentioned Jefferson. You see, he had a global vision, right? He looked at the humanity, he looked at the trade. And here you got a man who's a protectionist. He said, look, I want this.
Yeah,
I want
but
what-
that era, Jefferson era, is undoubtedly, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
1800, you know, long time ago. But
I mean, in one
today's
stroke,
world-
you have wiped off, what good America has done. The people like Jefferson, George Washington,
Abraham Lincoln, yeah.
Kennedys,
Kennedy.
and of course, I'll take Bill Clinton in the same category. They did lot. You see, what you and I, the standard of living we
So
enjoy.
you think basically you think that NATO will not survive without American help?
No, it cannot.
And UNO, it is already called toothless bulldog, and it will be further weakened.
NATO is the legacy of the Cold War. Cold War has finished. And if they want to continue with the Cold War, making artificially Russia as a thing.
No, I don't think it is just for the Cold War NATO is important. NATO is important with all the events, what has happened in Middle East and in other countries, Serbia and Yugoslavia and everywhere. NATO played a major part.
But if America doesn't
Because
want, you see, if America withdraws being a policeman of the world, then we got the next policeman ready, which is China. Which is not going to be.
That is debatable. Then anything you say is debatable, or I say. But about NATO, when we talk about NATO is such an important thing. For example, Article 5 of NATO says that if you are attacked,
Sure.
I will consider that I am attacked.
That's
Therefore,
it.
all the 27 other countries,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
total 28 countries, 27 countries
Yeah.
will join you. That's what happened in this century, which is 21st century, starting from 2001 onwards. So, if we don't have NATO, I tell you, the world will be very different. And I think if America becomes friendly with Russia, that will change the scene. I don't know whether it is offshore or not.
I think in
But you have put it
international,
rightly
in
that
international relations,
Pentagon is going to take a
No,
different
but
view.
you see,
Yeah.
Sathi, you're mixing a couple of things here. You see, Europe sees Russia very differently, okay, from what Donald Trump sees Russia, because they are so remote. And here we have a history of a relationship and conflict with Russia.
No,
Both the wars we see, First World and Second World War, we fought with them.
but Christian, don't you think we here in Britain, you can call it Europe, we do talk about Russia as if she is the enemy.
exactly. And
But
we do. Why
yes,
do-
I'm
why do
saying
we
this is
do
what I'm
that?
saying.
But we can't compare with Trump. His
Yeah.
way of
Yeah,
saying is
yeah.
quite
But
different.
we
We don't
look-
know
yeah.
what kind of president
I
he is
think
going to be.
You see, you think you talk to Hungarians, you talk to Czech, you talk to Germans, the people who have suffered, and you talk to Polish people. They don't want to have a relationship with them,
With Russia.
with Russia.
With Russia.
Yeah,
well,
you know.
here you are. I think you are sporting what I am saying.
Yeah.
Is that EU country, in EU countries, now we have come out,
Yeah.
or eventually we will,
Yeah.
and then there are 11 or 12 countries who were pre-Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Baltic countries, right? They don't want to be
Okay.
a part of that because they suffered for over 50, 60 years in that Soviet Union.
That's right, yeah. But
Okay, talking about the foreign policy, Krishan, first I will ask you, what kind of relationship Donald Trump is going to have with India?
with India,
Yeah.
oh, that is going to be very, very optimistic. With India, Donald Trump is going to be very friendly.
The reason being?
More friendly than even Hillary Clinton. Although Hillary Clinton was also very friendly with India. But Donald Trump will be far more. And remember, when
Why would he be friendly?
first of all, when he won this recently, you must see that Hindu Republicans in Philadelphia, in Florida, all they voted for him. And that made quite a difference in Florida.
So you think Indians, American Indians,
yeah,
they mainly voted for
Yeah, they
Trump?
yeah. Philadelphia, it has come out in open that
I think it's
Donald Trump in Philadelphia won In Florida he won, Pennsylvania he won, only because
So so do you think that can be one reason that Trump will be friendly to India? Let me give you an example why he will not be that much. America is outsourcing millions of jobs to India. Yes?
Yeah.
Now he said in his statement all the time during the campaign that he is going to stop these outsourcing of jobs. And he wanted Americans who have got no jobs to look after those. They're simply.
Well, he said to
Okay,
IBM.
Sathi, can I tell you one thing? India is going to benefit from Trump's presidency on one account. He will support India against terrorism. Right? That is for sure. Okay. He likes India because he's got projects going in Mumbai. He's got a Trump Tower coming up and all that. Third thing, he knows the professionalism from his own experience in America, what professionalism Indians have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And also English language is the major.
Yeah, and we got a lot of people there, the chairman and chief executive of Microsoft or Google of Indian origin.
Yes,
So he knows who we are. So India will benefit. Now, coming back to that question you said, outsourcing the job. Yes, he has got a mandate, right? And he's got to look after the welfare of his own people. And he wants to bring the job back here, right? But I don't know how much of that is outsourcing he can stop.
He cannot. That's the thing.
Because it is America, sorry.
Because
India is
Google,
benefiting a lot.
Microsoft, they all have research center there. They employ millions of people there.
Yeah. And
Okay.
IBM has got so much outsourcing in India.
Okay.
And he just can't stop IBM doing
Yeah,
that.
we got just 5 minutes
On
left.
terrorism,
Yeah.
you will see there was sea change.
I was
there.
coming to that. Yeah.
And he will support India.
Will he be able to stop terrorism in its entirety in the world?
No, that is not possible with him.
Now, what he said was during his campaign is that he said that with the cooperation of Russia, we will sort out these ISIS and other people. Do you think he will cooperate with Russia on that front at least?
Yeah, he will. He will be with Russia.
Do you think there will be American boots on the ground there?
Yeah, but you see, even China has got its own problem with terrorists. You see the northwest of.
I think Americans are not ready to put the boots back on any other soil.
Yeah.
He'll find it hard and he won't do it. Yes, but if he can he can team up with Russia against ISIS or terrorism, then there is a conflict. What do they do with Assad in Syria? Because he is so close to them.
Russia is supporting Assad.
Of
They
course.
want him to remain there in power.
Yeah.
And if Trump is going to cooperate with Russia, then he got to agree that
He's
he
got
should
to
stay
dump-
there.
No, he's got to
that
dump-
means there will be direct conflict with the United Kingdom
Yeah,
and the
you
other
see,
European countries who
we-
do not want him there.
You should understand, this happened with Saddam Hussein also. Saddam Hussein, the West supported Saddam Hussein first when he was fighting against Iran.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see?
Okay, let's go to another area there. There are 11 million illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants over there in America, mainly from Mexico and Latino and whatnot. Various issues are there, including Indians. And he is saying that he is going to deport all of them.
Well, illegal immigrants is a problem not only with China, with America, it is also with
We are
Europe.
talking about America.
With Britain it was also.
No, we are talking about
have
America.
Have
Do you
we
think
been
he'll
able
be
to
able
do that? Can Britain do it, illegal immigrants?
No, forget about
It's not
Britain, because
easy.
Britain has got a lot of. Britain is a very, very fair and liberal country, and it also showed a lot of weakness in that field. But let's talk about America. Do you think he will be able to deport those 11 million people?
No, impossible.
It's not easy. If you look at how many people can he deport every day. It cannot he cannot do it.
It is just
It's, you know,
humanly
okay, he may,
impossible. It is
even if
humanly
you look 10% of that, I doubt very much he'll be able to do it.
So those illegal immigrants
No, no,
or
I-
undocumented people, because Hillary Clinton was saying, you know, initially when we started our discussion, we talked about emotive issue about immigration. That
Yeah.
is why I raised this point, because people are very emotional about it. If you are living in your house, don't want another person to come live there.
Yeah.
It is as simple as that. Is country-wise, it is the same thing.
That's right, yeah.
And that is how he got the votes. That's how, in my opinion, this Brexit has succeeded. Anyway, thank you very much. We have run out of time.
Thank you.
We will meet again when he is sworn in, and then we will discuss more. Thank you very much both.
Thank you.
So dosto, that was our program. I very much hope that you liked it. We were short of time. We couldn't discuss all the issues which I had in my mind and which I know that my guests were capable of answering. And we will meet next week at 9:30 p.m. And
Why miss your family and friends? Call India landline and mobile numbers for just 1 pence per minute with our saver rates. To activate, text SAVE to 2525. Also get unlimited calls and texts from Leica Mobile to Leica Mobile with every top-up. Terms and conditions apply. For your free Leica Mobile SIM, visit leicamobile.co.uk today. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
I'm Brian of Confused.com.
Hi, little fella. Get your free Brian toy when you buy car or home insurance through
Confused.com.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaste. I love India.
So, travel a lot?
No, just on business.
You love India without experiencing it.
But I have experienced it right here on Air India. I always fly Air India.
Me too.
Now fly anywhere to anywhere. Earn and redeem miles via 27 Star Alliance partners. Air India. Proud to be Indian. Proud to be global.
किस्मत कब क्या करेगी किसको पता है। खुशी गम शुभ अशुभ दुख सुख आपकी किस्मत का हाल किस्मत कर्मा के साथ आपके अपने चैनल MATV पर।
मांगू दुआ रब से मांगू दुआ मांगू दुआ रब से मांगू दुआ
छोरी करती जंप छोरे ने दे दिया पंप रे फुल्लण दे भी फूल की देखो हवा में उड़ते हंप छोरी करती जंप छोरे ने दे दिया पंप रे फुल्लण दे भी फूल की देखो हवा में उड़ते हंप
तेरा नाम लिया तुझे याद किया
Hi, friends, this is Jackie and you're watching MATV.
तेरा नाम लिया, तुझे याद किया, तुझे याद किया, तेरा नाम लिया.
नमस्कार, आदाब। सरहद के दो रुख के शुमारे में आप सभी का इस्तकबाल है। आइए सबसे पहले नजर डालते हैं सुर्खियों पर। गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के माजूर अफराद को है हुकूमत से मदद का इंतजार। इंसाफ के लिए तरस रहे हैं गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के आवाम। और रियासत जम्मू कश्मीर में मौजूद है मजबूत अदलिया। आंखों से माजूर शख्स दुनिया भले ही नहीं देख सकता, लेकिन हुकूमत की अनदेखी और बेरुखी को महसूस जरूर कर सकता है। बात अगर गिलगित बल्तिस्तान की हो तो यहाँ के आवाम तो दोहरी बेरुखी का शिकार हैं। एक तरफ तो पाकिस्तान की लापरवाही